Victory today. We had the person that ran over Heather in Buckhurst Lane, I hope I got that, but Buckhurst Road, was found guilty. And in terms of the court, they said not only was Heather's evidence credible, but it was compelling in terms of the guilty verdict. So now TfL come clean and actually sort out some compensation for Heather, who was out of work for six weeks because of one of your operatives, who was acting basically out of all control possible. Not only that, we found out today that they already had 6 penalty points on his licence. So we'll look forward to the sentencing hearing, where Heather will be putting forward a victim impact statement to express her concern that he's out and about on the roads. He's still driving today as a menace, and that is disgraceful. So TfL, pay up and sort out Heather. And also, we've got Claire here, who was going to be a witness. Sadly, because he didn't turn up, we only had a foreshortened trial. But all I can say is Claire had some fantastic evidence to offer about a 6-mile chase to try and stop the guy getting away. He not only hit Heather and ran away, but he tried to flee the scene, and for 6 miles he was hoping to escape onto the M25 and get out of the area completely. But thanks, it has to be said, to Claire for stopping him in his tracks. What a fantastic job that she did, and I'm really sorry that Heather's had to go through all this, through all the pain and agony that she still feels to this day from this idiot, and that's what he is, an idiot who's been going around driving as a menace on our roads. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Simon.
Do you want to say anything, Heather?
I'd just like to thank everyone for being here to support me.
You're more than welcome.
And I'm so happy that we've got the guilty verdict.
Only just I think it would have added.
Well, we'll be back up here anyway, obviously.
Had he hit someone deliberately, known he'd hit someone deliberately, fled the scene of the crime, they knew they were being followed, then tried to run me off the road, and then when I did stop them, stood in front of the van, still insisted on trying to drive into me. I think that adds to the whole thing, that they have no remorse, no care or regard.
Maybe there'd be a chance with this impact statement to get all this over.
Yeah.
This does need to be made clear. He didn't accept what he'd done, he ran away, and they don't need to be taking into account any of this.
That 6 months, that was just under 7 miles, took 20 minutes, it was a 20-minute drive, and even when I stopped them, they were still trying to get away. They had no intentions of taking accountability for it, and I think that says a lot. You know, it's not even like you've done it by accident and then still fled the scene, or you've panicked. You then continue to drive recklessly on top of that, and then you find out he's got 6 points on his licence anyway, and he's been employed as a TfL representative. And where are TfL? Where's the accountability for that? There isn't any.
We'll see where it comes. You know, say impact statement.
The other side.
Nothing
You're on the premises. Yeah, on this side there. Thank you.
That's pretty much it. The battle continues with them. It really does, because we still have TfL security behaving the same way. So I don't really think there's going to be any lessons learned. My issue is the question is whether TfL actually will be held accountable for anything.
Can I just say, we've now got to make sure and help Heather make a claim against TfL, because ultimately they're the ones that hired this, even if it was as a subcontractor. They're the ones responsible for it, and they should own that decision. They should own it and pay out.
Well, I think this is how I see it, is the fact that all of these companies are subcontractors, aren't they? So what's happened is he clearly lost his employment. TfL washed their hands of him and literally thrown him under the bus, which is why the first court appearance he didn't turn up to. The second one, he had no representation, he represented himself, and today he hasn't turned up because they've hung him out to dry, so that in the hope that TfL don't have to be accountable for this.
The point is, we know they are. It's something called vicarious liability, and as Nick would say, the buck stops there. And they employed the subcontractors. So ultimately, They're the ones that issued it. They're the ones that put out the call to have these people employed by them to go and do this action. So they were working on behalf of TfL, and therefore TfL are the ones that are wholly responsible in my mind.
Well, in anybody's fair mind.
And then if you want to take it even further, the Mayor of London.
Well, of course, he would issue the order, but I still blame him.